this is Opinion Radar, and welcome back to my channel. If you're into elevated basics that feel a little special without trying too hard, today's review is for you. I've been eyeing the hanky panky women's signature lace top for months. It's one of those pieces that keeps popping up in chic outfit inspo, worn by women who make effortless style look. Well, effortless. At $42, it's not an impulse buy, but it's not out of reach either, which made me extra curious. Is it really worth the hype? Spoiler, I've worn it more than I expected, and it sparked some real thoughts. I'll be honest, I was skeptical at first. Lace can go wrong so easily, either too fragile or too fussy, and sheer tops can feel risky if they aren't cut just right. But this one, it's been showing up in my rotation in ways I didn't anticipate. Stick around because I'm breaking down everything: fit, versatility, value, and yes, those tricky sizing questions, coming right up. Okay, so I finally caved and got the hanky panky women's signature lace long sleeve top, and honestly, I've been rotating it in my closet nonstop since it arrived. I was drawn to it because I've been on the hunt for something elegant but still comfortable. Like, I have a meeting at 9 a.m. and a dinner date by 7 p.m., kind of versatile. This top totally fits that vibe. The lace is delicate and feels so soft against the skin, no itchy, scratchy discomfort like some lace pieces can have. It's unlined, so it's definitely see-through, but in the best way. It's not trashy or too revealing. The lace pattern itself adds this really classy, almost romantic touch that elevates any outfit. I paired it with a black bralette the first time I wore it, and it looked so chic. Like, I put in way more effort than I actually did. One of the first things I noticed is how stretchy the fabric is. I'm about 5 feet 6 inches, size 6 with a 34C bust, and I went with my usual medium, and it fit perfectly, snug but not tight, and it moves with me. I wore it during a full day of errands, and even after sitting in the car and bending over to grab stuff from my bag. The fabric bounced back and didn't sag or stretch out. That's a win in my book because nothing's worse than a top that loses its shape by noon. The sleeves are long, which I love. They hit right at my wrist, but if you're shorter, you might want to be cautious. My friend borrowed it and said the sleeves came past her hands a bit, so it might be worth sizing down or checking the length if that's a concern for you. This top has honestly become my go-to for so many different occasions. I wore it under a blazer for a work presentation and felt both professional and put together. Later that week, I dressed it down with high-waisted jeans and a chunky necklace for a casual coffee run, and I still got 2 compliments. It's also perfect for fancier events. I actually wore it with a long black skirt to a small concert, and it gave me that sophisticated, pour me a glass of wine, let's have an evening kind of energy. You can totally layer it, too. I tried it under a vest with a cami underneath, and it looked so cool, kind of edgy but still feminine. It's one of those pieces that can adapt to your mood or your plans, which makes it worth the investment in my opinion. Now let's talk price. At $42, it's not exactly cheap, and I totally get why some people might hesitate. When I first saw the tag, I did a little double take, especially since the design is pretty minimal. But after wearing it a few times and seeing how it holds up, I kind of get it. The quality feels solid, and it's not one of those things that looks flimsy or like it'll fall apart after 2 washes. That said, I can see how someone might feel it's a little overpriced if they're just looking for a basic sheer top. It's not packed with features or embellishments. It's more about the elegance of the simplicity. So I'd say this is for someone who values timeless pieces over fast fashion. If you're building a capsule wardrobe or want something you'll wear for years, this makes sense. If you just want something trendy for one night, maybe not your best bet. Sizing, though, this is where things get a little tricky. I feel like this top runs a bit inconsistent. I know people who swear it's true to size, and it was for me, but I've heard from others, especially those with broader shoulders or a fuller bust, that it can feel looser than expected. One of my coworkers sized up on purpose because she wanted that slightly slouchy, tucked-in high-waisted pants look, and it worked for her styling goals. But another friend said her XL felt almost too baggy. So my advice, if you're in between sizes or prefer a fitted look, maybe stick to your usual size or even size down. And definitely check the brand size chart before ordering. Measure yourself if you have to. It's worth the extra minute to avoid the hassle of returns. In terms of care, I've been hand washing mine and laying it flat to dry, just to be safe. I know some people throw theirs in the washer on delicate, but I'm a little too attached to this top to risk it. It dries pretty fast, which is great for travel. I packed on a weekend trip and was able to wear it 2 nights in a row, without it looking musty or wrinkled. I also appreciate that it doesn't wrinkle easily. I just hung it in my suitcase, and when I got to the hotel, it looked almost as fresh as when I left. It's lightweight and compact, so it doesn't take up much space. Honestly, it's turning into my travel essential. Great for layering in cooler cities or dressing up a simple outfit when you don't want to pack 5 different tops. Overall, I'd say this is one of those quiet luxury pieces. Nothing loud or flashy, but it makes you feel polished and confident. It's not for everyone, especially if you're not into sheer tops or don't want to worry about layering. But if you love lace, appreciate comfort with a little edge, and want something that can transition from day to night, it's a winner. I've already ordered a second one in navy because once you find a top that fits just right and looks good with half your closet, you don't let it go. Would I recommend it? Yes, but with a little caution on sizing and expectations. It's not magic, but it's close. If this top were a person, it'd be that effortlessly chic friend who makes everything look easy. Don't ghost this vibe. Hit like if you're into smart, sexy basics, and subscribe so we can build a wardrobe of wins together. Trust me, your closet will thank you.